What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, y'all? What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What is up? I'm back with another life-changing review. Now, I'm very excited about this one, as I'm always excited. I'm thankful for you to take the time to tune in. And this is about a wonderful book called Reincarnation Blues. Reincarnation Blues is a book I stumbled upon at my local bookstore. By the way, go support your local bookstores because they need our support, especially now when we're all shopping online more than ever. Let's try to support our local stores too. I love online stores, but let's keep them both afloat. But Reincarnation Blues is the first fiction book I've read in a long time, and I'm very glad that I did. The title grabbed me alone, and it's paperback. It looks like a light read, but it's actually pretty dense, a pretty long book. But it's worth it. And it came at me at a time, and I'm bringing it up now, at a time where I really didn't need it. Like I've mentioned in my previous video that I was facing some anxiety, and this book really helped me through that. Simply because it's about a man, a male identifying person who's lived almost 10,000 lives. Now, we're all like currently living this one life, right? So just imagine for a moment that every time you die, you go to, the afterlife, and you remember the life you just lived and all the previous lives that you've lived. And I'm not, of course, telling you to believe in reincarnation or anything like that. Just suspend your belief for just a moment and just really sink into that idea that he would die and would have full recollection of everything that just happened, and full complete, hindsight is 2020, and he would be like, I could have done this, or I did too much of that, or I don't know what I did. And and he would have these discoveries and conversations and reflections, and sometimes he would be pissed off, and sometimes he'd be very excited, and sometimes he would fall in love. He would be rich, he would be poor, he would be a different gender, he would be not a human, sometimes he would be an animal. It was so fascinating, and so it was just really I'm having a hard time putting one singular word to it, because it was a lot of different things. Just the idea of that you can die and come back as a tree, and he would give his insights on what it was like to be a tree, and I'm not even really spoiling anything. It's such a rich book, 10,000 lives. So there's so many there are things that are really explored. There are things that are very funny. There are things that are very tragic. But it all made me think. And I feel like it took my empathy up like 1,000 notches, because it really made me feel like, wow, like each person we all know is on their own particular journey. But to see one person go through so many journeys and learn from each one, and sometimes not learn, was really profound. Almost like cathartic. Like it was like therapy, or like therapeutic, or like cleansing, because it's like each time he would die, you would get a different take. You would get a different nugget of wisdom. Yeah, that's really what it is. I don't know who this person, Michael Poore, is, but they seem to be very wise, because this person and every single person in this story is full of wisdom. Whether they're good or not, there's so much information and wisdom to be gathered. And so that's my review. I loved it. There's no perfect book, so there may be sections that you gravitate to more than others. And it is a long read, but it really helped me, and I would read it a little bit each night. And it got to the point where I was reading it during the day. I needed to know what was gonna happen, and I needed to know, it was starting to become an advice column, seriously. So I highly recommend it. I'll leave the link in my description below, and I thank you so much for tuning into this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Drink your water, stay blessed. Love you guys. Mwah.